Oi, oi, oi. It's your boy. Wow, that was terrible. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Eddie Soundhead here. And today we're going to do race 3 of our career mode in NASCAR Heat Evolution. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Alright, here we go. Here's our dopey looking guy. We're going to be racing the Cobalt 400. And yeah, Chase Standing, 19th. We have 11 grand in the bank. 640 fans. Let's get to it at Las Vegas.
We might have one of the windiest races on record was at Texas about 4 years ago. This may be worse.
He's out of here.
Wait a minute, hang on there. We'll have it covered for you in just a moment.
Why is Kyle Busch in like half of the loading screens? Anyway. Alright, so skip practice as always. We'll start qualifying and we'll see how we do here. Probably going to be abysmal, as usual. Why would you expect anything different at this point? Wow, look at that mountain in the background. That is some Skyrim level just scenery right there. Alright, we're coming off of 4 at Las Vegas. We're going to get our time here in a minute. I bet it's terrible. We'll see. 37th. Alright, well, after that abysmal qualifying run, we will go ahead and start the race.
Vegas, baby, Vegas. Today, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series rolls into the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Cobalt 400. I'm Rick Allen, and today the season really starts to heat up as 40 of the world's finest drivers prepare for 267 laps of hard driving action.
Cool.
Get set. The race is going green.
And we're underway at Las Vegas. Starting on the inside line, we're going to immediately pass Ryan Ellis. Going to get a black flag for passing before the green flag. That's fine, because black flags don't apply in this game, even though they're on, which makes no sense. But it doesn't matter because he immediately passed us back because we're slow as hell. And we're going to pass him back because logic and sense.
You're all clear.
I'm going to run the apron just to see if it improves anything. It probably doesn't, but why the hell not at this point?
Car high.
And they keep checking up in front of me, so I keep running into the back of Bobby Labonte. That's cool. Really glad that's happening. Oh, I forgot to turn all that stuff on.
Stay low. Still there.
Right behind my boy, Eric Jones. Gonna pass him, try to pass him on the inside. We will get one here. Brad, once again, in the back. Usually he's in the front. I'm confused as to why he's been in the back in so many of these races.
All clear.
And we're going to get a little bit into the Benedetto there. Not too terrible. But we'll also pass him, so that's fine. I want to try and get to 25th so we can get that secondary sponsor objective.
Still there.
Which requires passing about 3 more cars. Shouldn't be too tough. Hopefully we can do it. They seem to be better than them in the corners. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm getting a run on Bane here coming off of turn 2. Going to dive to his inside. And we're going to take that position going into turn 3. He's going to fight back a little bit on the outside, but we will actually clear him.
All clear.
Ahead of us is Tony Stewart and Greg Biffle. Apparently, I'm hearing Greg Biffle isn't actually retiring now, so I'm happy about that actually because I like Greg Biffle, but I'm just confused now because I heard he was retiring. It sounded pretty much like it was a lock at that point, but now I'm hearing that he's going to be driving a car next year. So it'll be interesting to see if he does actually retire or if he is back in 2017. I hope he comes back, but I understand if he doesn't.
Clear high.
And we're going to try and go to the outside of Tony Stewart here. to no avail. He dives low. Oh, he almost hit Chris Buescher. And we're going to dive low and go almost 4 wide, 3 wide though. Tony got just past them. Oh, I take it 3 wide and didn't slow down enough for that corner and ran up into Tony, and then Chris Buescher just slammed into me.
Hold your line.
I actually really like Chris Buescher though, so I'll let it slide. Blaney's going to come down and block me there, and we're going 4 wide. Yeah, this is 4 wide. Yep. Yeah, that was not going to go well. There was no chance of that ending well for anybody. So if we can get past Chris Buescher here, we'll go clear our sponsor objective for top 25. And looks like we will do that, and we might also get by Blaney if we can do this corner right, which I did not whatsoever. And Chris Buescher is most likely going to get back by us too. And now we're 3 wide, and I'm in the middle. And I will power out of that somehow. Through the middle, into turn 3. Try and get a run and try and catch up to Biffle there for 23rd and see if we can get past this pack. And after that, I doubt we'll make any more positions because that other group of 3 cars up there is pretty far ahead of us. And this race is about halfway over already, so it'll be interesting to see how many more positions we can gain. As we're going to try and sneak to the inside of Newman here. We push him up the track just a tad. And we'll clear him on the back stretch here. Next up is McMurray. And we drift high up in that corner and going to bring it down here. Right up next to the wall. I'm going to cut down here to the apron. We got a pretty good run on McMurray coming out of that corner there. And it looks like we're going to be able to clear him.
Clear high.
I never do practice runs before the races. And just because I like a little bit more of a challenge to, not really remembering how to drive some of these tracks on this game. And so it requires me to learn actually how to drive some of these tracks while I'm actually doing the race. And I feel like I'm getting better at the tracks the longer into the race I get. So hopefully when we come back to some of the tracks that have multiple races in a year, we'll be a little bit better than we were the first time. Because it's been a while since I played this game before I started this career mode. And I'd kind of forgotten a lot of the mechanics, and I play a lot of Forza 6, so the driving mechanics in that game are very, very different than the mechanics in this game. So just to jump between the two and have a wide variety of difference between them just requires a little bit of time to get used to one or the other after playing one for a long time and not the other. So we're slowly making ground on Tony Stewart, ever so slightly. We might be able to pass him, and I can't really see who's in front of him up there. But I don't know if we'll be able to catch that person. And we might be able to pass Tony Stewart here within the next couple of corners. And I got way down on the apron there, and that's going to mess up this corner. I'm just going to stay in his draft and kind of try and get a bit of pole here. We do get a little run here. And we are to his inside now. We'll take his inside going into 1. He's going to fight back on the outside of us, though, in 2. And we might be able to fight back as well. So we're going to clear him off. Yes, we will clear him off of 2 back on the back straightaway. Onto the back straightaway. And into turn 3. Looks like it's Eric Almirola and Biffle up there, I think. Not sure we'll be able to catch those fine gentlemen, but we will try. So I think we're slowly making ground on Eric Almirola. The leader is 19 seconds ahead of us, so that gives a pretty accurate sign of how bad this car is. If we can't even compete to get a top 20, which is why I'm glad I chose the top 25 sponsor objective and not top 20, because top 20 is probably not going to happen very often until we get some more upgrades. And hopefully after this race, we'll be able to get some upgrades. So that would be nice. I'll have to see how much money we get from this, because I can't quite remember how much the payout was. So we're slowly gaining ground on Eric Almirola with about 3 laps to go here. this time by. It's going to be... It's 4 laps to go, actually, but it's going to be interesting to see if we can catch Eric Almirola. This might be kind of an interesting battle for the 20th position. If we can get a top 20, then I'll have to eat my words that I just said about a half a lap ago. We're definitely catching him. When high in that corner, I'm going to dive low onto the apron on the front stretch. We're definitely gaining ground now. It's hard to tell if we're gaining ground or if he's falling back, which is happening, but I'll say we're catching him. That way I get a little bit of morale boost. We're going to go to his inside. He came down a little bit on that backstretch there. He's going to hold us down right to the line here. Side by side on the front stretch. This is a pretty good battle right here. And we will be in 20th at the line there. We just edged him out at the line, and we will clear him. Oh. And the caution comes out with 3 laps to go. Well, obviously we're not going to pit. That's interesting. I wonder what happened. I don't believe they show replays in this game, so I guess it will forever be a mystery. Huh. That's pretty strange. I wonder what it was for. So we're going to be in 20th, and we're going to have a green-white checker here. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I wonder if this will help or hurt us. We might be able to gain a few more spots here. We get by a couple of cars there. We're into 18th. And we're getting past. Yep. This is not good. Stewart passed us, and so did the 7 of Reagan Smith. See what we can do on the inside here. I want to try and get those positions back. I drove that corner way too hard, and I'm going to lose a couple more spots. We've fallen back to 24th. Dang it. We just had to have that caution. Dang it. I bet it was Michael McDowell. I guarantee it. I guarantee he probably blew a tire. He always does. Well, dang it. We almost had a top 20 there, but we're going to drop back to 24th, it would seem. That's a shame. Oh, well. It'll be interesting to see what happened. We'll look at the replay to see if we can find what caused that caution, but we will finish 24th. We'll at least hit our objective. Man, if that restart hadn't happened, we wouldn't have gotten screwed out of a 20th place finish, because we're pretty smooth sailing there for a little bit, but that's too bad. We'll get about, let's see how much money we get, 10 grand. That should allow us to, and we got our sponsor objective as well. So we'll get about 12,000. That'll allow us to buy an upgrade at least. Finish 24th. Next race is at Phoenix. I suck at Phoenix, so that's going to be interesting. But before we end off this video, we're going to go to our team, and we will buy basic milling for $20,000 for a 1% horsepower improvement. Like I've said before, that does nothing at all. The car will still be just as terrible as it is. That is a minuscule upgrade. Once we start getting over to the fabrication shop, that's when the car actually starts to become worth a damn. So we'll have to get there first for that to happen. Thanks to everybody who watched this video. I appreciate everybody who's been watching this series so far. It's actually been doing really well, and I appreciate that. So thanks to all of you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video at Phoenix.